All right, man, let's do the week full wrap up for the NFC North. I just slightly touched on the Packers and Lions at the end because I already did a post-game reaction video. You can check out my Lions post-game reaction video playlist. So, yeah, man, we had the Vikings in action and we had the Bears in action. The Vikings took on the Carolina Panthers. Panthers jumped out to like a 10 or 13-0 lead. Adam Thielen playing Minnesota again. They made sure they got on the ball. We play Carolina, the Lions. We play Carolina. Don't forget to check out the NFC North playlist for more videos like this. We play Carolina this week. And one thing that I observed from Carolina, Bryce Young get frustrated a lot, and they still can't protect their quarterback. Even going back to Cam Newton, they had issues protecting their quarterback. And Minnesota, one of the worst defenses in the league, I think statistically, you know, they started tearing Bryce Young up. He started getting frustrated. That's how they came back. He fumbled the ball. He got, I think, a scoop and score maybe, or, you know, whatever. You know, Justin Jefferson scored 2 touchdowns at the half. He posted that Kirk Cousins was trash. They said he was just trolling. I don't think he was. Stephon Diggs had an issue with Kirk Cousins. I remember one game, I can't remember what it was in the NFL, who the Vikings were playing, but Kirk Cousins had missed Justin Jefferson. He was like, F. He said the F word, Kirk. So a lot of people already know the truth about Kirk Cousins. You know, and that is what it is. But, you know, they had to get the win. I think they 1-3 now. They look like easily could have lost. You know, Carolina got a bunch of weapons from Shark to Thielen. The kid from Ole Miss, Jonathan Mingo, I don't think he played. He had a concussion. Terrence Marshall. They got a bunch of really good players out there in Carolina, you know, weapon-wise, and defense is pretty solid. But what's happening is they just refuse to go out there and draft quarterback. I mean, draft offensive line. And I still don't think they won. And it'd be interesting if they lose through the year and they get one of the top draft picks. You know, do they move on from Bryce Young? Do they do a Josh, what's my man's name? They traded for Josh Rosen from the Arizona Cardinals and they drafted Kyler Murray. It'd be interesting if they do that. But Minnesota not out of it. You know, had they went 0-4, then I would have said they out of it. But once again, they struggled to beat the Carolina Panthers. You know, so, you know, I think defensively they started, you know, blitzing against a rookie quarterback who didn't know how to make the audibles on the line to pick up the blitzes. You see Harrison Smith get in there a couple times to get some sacks, and that's just going to have to come with experience. But right now, Bryce Young going to have to get in the weight room. He too thin. He too thin. He definitely might be too small. There might be an end of an era on quarterbacks that's as small as Bryce Young. Tua struggled this weekend. Bryce struggled this, could continue to struggle. Baker, the only one that's thriving right now I can think of. So it may be an end of an era of Bryce Young with quarterbacks that's below, you know, 6'2", and that's life. He can throw the football, but he just looked too small right now. In Carolina, when you get those small quarterbacks, you got to do what New Orleans did. New Orleans went out there and got the biggest and the best interior offensive linemen. They got big guards, big center, and they invested into tackles so Drew Brees can have a clean pocket to maneuver and step up into. And he got to learn how to audible, you know, in protections. And he got to learn how to manipulate and step up in the pocket like Drew Brees. But I think Bryce Young can still be pretty good. He could be one of the best quarterbacks, but physically, will he hold up? And for Minnesota, I think, you know, Kirk Cousins, he ain't that guy. And defensively, they lost too much. So now what they doing is putting guys in the box versus a rookie quarterback, but he don't know how to pick up the blitzes. When you go up against you know, Patrick Mahomes, when you go up against the veteran quarterbacks in the league, the Josh Allens and stuff, they don't know how to pick them blitzes up, and he gonna pick your ass apart. So Minnesota had a temporary fix for week 4 for their defense, but that's not gonna be a week-by-week thing once you get quarterbacks that's seen all these different blitzes and seen all these things that you're doing. So, you know, I still think they got a big hole, and it's just not a Brian Flores thing at DC. It's a personnel thing, right? And we go over to Chicago and Denver. Now, Denver Broncos came to Soldier Field. I'm a no-limit soldier. I thought I told you. Well, it ain't no-limit soldiers at Soldier Field, in my opinion. The other day, I mean, they got out to a big lead. Russell Wilson, who been playing pretty good statistically, brought them back and beat them. People who bragging Matt Eberfluss, I just want to know, like, that song with Tupac. My man from the Outlaw. My girl said I need a race. How long would I last? I'm caught between my pistol and my grip. Triple beam. You know, so how long Matt Eberfluss gonna last? He wasn't no good choice to be a head coach to begin with. They thought they was probably getting Nick Sirianni, a guy that was on the offensive side and the defensive side of the ball's career. Trash. But he a young coach trying to find his way. Offensively, they got nothing for Justin Fields right now. He threw 4 touchdown passes, 2 going to Cole Kmet. Shout out to him. I had him on my FanDuel team and still lost 100 beaners. But hey, it is what it is. I ain't gonna pout. But you know, Denver got talent on both sides of the ball. Once again, we talk about how Carolina can't protect Bryce Young, right? You know, Denver can't protect Russell Wilson. They can't open up their run lanes. Javonte Williams got injured again today. And my prayers go out to Tre'Davious Wright, who blew his Achilles out, they saying, after blowing his ACL out a season or 2 ago. So his career might be over with, or he might switch to safety. Dude just blew through that sign, though. I'm telling you, in the suburbs, y'all ninjas can't drive. And then he blew through the yield sign, and the police ain't do nothing about it, bro. They sitting right there. Now, how my black ass did it, I'd be on the ground. Get on the ground. Well, it is what it is. Probably eating donuts or something. But yeah, man, you know, Denver came back. I think they made a field goal. Will Lutz came in, who they traded for, who the Lions thought we was gonna get or something like that. He made the field goal, and you know they came all the way back on him. So yeah, it was unfortunate. You know, Chicago. You know, Justin Fields played a good game, and they still lost. They just lost too much offensively. Defensive Khalil Mack, Roquan Smith, Leonard Floyd over the years. They lost a bunch. And shout out to Khalil Mack. He almost set an NFL record. I think he had 6 sacks. I think he was 1 sack clear of tying the NFL record for most sacks in a game versus the Raiders. And that's what really lost me my $100. Him and them 7 sacks that the Chargers had. But hey, I ain't hating. I ain't no hater. But nonetheless, you know, Chicago, they got some work to do. They got some big work to do. And I think you got to be patient with Matt Eberflus, to be honest. He a young coach. Let him find his way, figure it out. But he can't go winless. You can't be the first team to go 0-17. So he can't be he can't let that happen. They got to get a win. I think Chicago good enough. They'll beat somebody and upset somebody. But the Lions and Packers, you know, real quick, Lions fans went up to Lambeau Field. They even issued a statement after the game. We punked them. I think people going to find out that Lions got the best fan base in football, and it ain't even close. Better than New Orleans, better than the Raiders, better than the Steelers. We just ain't been able to show it because we had nothing to cheer about. Went up to Lambeau. That was kind of a tricky game. You always fortunate to go up to Lambeau early in the season when it's warm. So you always fortunate to go up there when it's warm and stuff. And we got the win. We just got to figure out how we going to play with leads and close the game out with leads. And that was a great experience. So we beat them. I think Jordan Love still got a bright future. Didn't have much protection. I think they should play with a little bit more pace and go a little bit no huddle when they kind of in the beginning of the game and get a rhythm going. But I think Jordan Love going to be okay. I've been one of his big supporters. So I think that'd be okay. But that's the week 4 wrap up for the NFC North. Check out the NFC North playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance of notifications. Check the link tree out. I'm everywhere: Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Check my main channel out right here on YouTube, Goodfella TV, for more sports, music, news, and entertainment around YouTube. And also check my new channel out. A lot of good men and women talk over there. Free Game 89. That link should be in the link trees too as well. FR33 Game 89. Peace.